Welcome back to this very special broadcast from the Iwo Jima Monument here in Harlingen. You know, CBS 4 does its best to honor the veterans who've served as well as their families. And while it may be beautiful, it's definitely not the only monument here in the valley.
Right, we go to the Upper Valley where CBS 4's Mike Jimenez tells us the story of how a colonel is leaving behind a legacy.
After a 32-year career in the Army, Colonel Frank Plummer settled down in McAllen back in 1975.
I really found a home. These people were great. Almost every home has a veteran down here. They're warm, they have family things, and they've welcomed us down here, and this is our home.
In 1988, he turned his focus to honoring those who lost their lives protecting our freedom. After receiving approval from the City Commission, he went to work on land near where the convention center is now.
I said by 1999 to 2000, I'll have enough money to build the first section. I'm building 5 sections. So at any one time, they run out of money, you got a complete section.
With the support of many in the community, they hit their deadline, raising $200,000 for the first section. The memorial features sections telling the story of every war, meant to teach future generations.
This is the history we're going to leave for them from this era. The Rio Grande Valley is going to play a big part.
COVID has delayed the completion of the 5th section, and while Plummer says he has enjoyed every single minute of the project, he feels it's time for someone else to take over.
I don't have the drive I had before. That's what kept me going. In the morning I'd wake up, I knew I had 100 things I was doing. And that kept me alive and kept me invigorated.
Working for you in McAllen, I'm Mike Jimenez.
While tonight's broadcast is here at the Iwo Jima Memorial Monument, it seems like a perfect setting because just across the street is the Marine Military Academy.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And the boarding school exists in a 55-year heritage, as well as a very unique culture. It's the only private school in the world based on the Marines' traditions and their values. What's the response you get when somebody says, "Hey, what do you do?" and you tell them, "Oh, I'm a drill instructor." So what's the immediate response?
Oh, so you yell at people all the time, you know? And most of the time, yes, I yell. But
at the Marine Military Academy, discipline might be a little bit different than your average school.
I told my company, I want you all to be better than me, better than your former selves.
It's not just a message of education, but one of a future role in society.
And that JROTC program that we have here, that sets them miles ahead. They already know how to march. They know how to listen to orders. Their basic discipline, they know how to make a rack, how to clean a room.
According to the school's website, MMA is a college preparatory boarding school for young men in grades 7 through 12. Since 1965, the program has been home to thousands from around the world, some becoming leaders of men at a very young age.
The lessons you learn here, almost impossible to learn anywhere else, sir.
David Stillwell is the battalion sergeant major here, someone embracing the leadership role on campus.
Going to public school, you never would be able to command a battalion, work with the enlisted cadets. Doesn't teach you to care for others.
This cadet knows the importance of practice and routine.
Start to fall in love with it. You get used to it, but every day there's something new. It's always new challenges, new opportunities, and new things to overcome.
And it's this attitude that has someone who yells for a living taking a moment of reflection.
And it's rewarding. Like, I had a small piece to do with your success, and that means a whole lot.
Moreno tells me the lessons the cadets learn don't only translate to a future in the military, but also college or even a trade school, whatever path they may choose. Derek?
And tonight's special would not be anything but a salute to our veterans here locally. I'm here with Sergeant Gunnery Juan Rodriguez Chavez. Sir, you did 20 years with the Marines, and now you're a drill instructor here at the Marine Military Academy.
That's correct.
You have an incredible story to tell about how you earned the Navy Cross. Tell us a little bit about that.
So in 2009, I was part of an embedded training team in Afghanistan. Our mission was to train, advise, and mentor the Afghan National Army to fight the Taliban. And one early morning, around 5:30 in the morning, we got ambushed by the village elders and some of the young villagers there, and some of our team members got cut off. And a great friend of mine, and the reason I'm alive today is Dakota Meyer. Yeah, he ended up getting the Medal of Honor, and I received the Navy Cross. But our actions that day, we went in 4 or 5 times trying to find our teammates that were cut off, and unfortunately, when we found them, they had gone.
When you did 20 years in the Marines, in that moment, what was going through your mind? Were you thinking about coming back home or just on the mission?
When I was doing the 20 years, I wasn't really thinking about coming back home or anything like that. I'm actually from West Texas, and I was actually a recruiter down here in the Valley, and I fell in love with the Valley, and I wanted to come back, and here I am.
We were talking about it earlier. I was in the Navy myself, so I went into an office just like yours trying to create a better future, and now here you are at the Marine Military Academy. You're speaking to cadets, and you're trying to tell them your story about heroism and bravery. What else do you teach them?
Teaching to be good citizens. Our nation needs great citizens, and I hope to teach that here based on our Marine Corps ethos and our ethics. So hopefully they go out and do great things. You know, I tell them, like, sitting here in these classrooms, that could be the next president of the United States.
You also have another story of how you came into the United States and now you are serving your country in another capacity. When we talk about, you know, being that citizen, being that role model, what is something that you hope that all cadets take away in their time here?
I hope they take humbleness and kindness and being compassionate. We try to give them everything, 100%, you know, and that's what we do in the Marine Corps, and that's what the nation expects from us. And these cadets, some of them are young and they don't quite get it yet, but the ones that have been here longer, they understand, and they do go out there and do great things.
And they will do great things under your time. Thank you so much. We'll be right back with more as we salute to our service members.